Welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to color correct. There's probably a bazillion different ways to do this, but this is the way that I've been doing it. So you come in, you take your photo, you go up to Image, Adjust, Shadow, Highlight. This kind of creates a weird look to your photo, kind of like an HDR look. Takes away the shadows, as you can see. 50% of the shadows are taken away. That's the default, set to 50. I probably leave it at 50 or bring it down a little bit. I have it at 45. Then for the highlight amount, I usually crank that up a little bit since it'll give you more contrast when I adjust the levels. Hit OK. And I go to Image, Adjust, Levels. Here I usually adjust the blacks first, which is on the left. It's all done by just the human eye. Then I come to the right and adjust the whites. You gotta watch out so you don't adjust too bright and get overexposure everywhere. So I'll say right around here. Then what I do next is I go Image, Adjust, Hue, Saturation. And I just bump up the saturation a little bit. I'm doing it about 9 right now. Bam. Now for some fine detail things you can do to your photo, if I zoom in on a wheel here, I can go down here. It's usually set the default of this little lollipop tool, but you hold the lollipop tool, which is the dodge tool. There's more options. You go down to the sponge tool, select the brush that works. This is a saturation tool. I have it at saturation, say at 23%, and you can come around here and saturate certain items. If I go Edit, Step Back, you can kind of see how I saturated that wheel. So you can saturate your wheels. Maybe you want to saturate this little logo on the helmet. Say my face is too dark, you come here, hold this down, you can select the dodge tool, which looks like the lollipop. Exposure, 18% is pretty good, set to midtones. You can come in here and you can kind of basically wash away some of the dark areas. If you want to saturate a bush in the background, same thing, click the sponge tool, get a little bush happy. If something's too bright, say the shoe's glaring at you, you can come here again and select one that looks like the hand, which is the burn tool, and this will darken areas of the photo. Okay? So these are all fine detail stuff you can do. So as you can see, here's the original, and here is the made-up one. Bam. Alright, moving along. In this photo right here, we are going to bring out the clouds and the foreground. So what I'm going to do is, you're going to have to duplicate the layer. So come up here, duplicate layer. Bam. Okay? On the top layer, I'm going to go Image, Adjust, Shadow, Highlight, and I'm going to adjust this layer for Kyle. I'm going to leave the highlight amount at 50, maybe lower it a little bit, 48. Bring up the amount down here a little bit. I'm going to adjust the levels, Image, Adjust Levels. So this is just all for Kyle right now. It's about good. If you go too much, again, you get over saturation and highlight on his back, so you gotta be careful. I think that looks about good right there. Okay. Hide the top layer. Bam. Now for the bottom layer, select the bottom layer. Same thing. Image, Adjust, Shadow, Highlight. Now this time I'm going to adjust it for the clouds. I find if you take the highlight amount, the bottom little thing here, and you crank it up a little bit, it'll give you more contrast when you do the levels. Hit OK. Image, Adjust, Levels. So now I'm going to do it for the clouds. I don't really care about Kyle right now. He's going to be all dark. So come here. Crank it up. Bam. Now, I'm going to bring back the top layer. As you can see, it's quite a bit different in the clouds. So, with the top layer now in view, hiding the bottom layer, you take your eraser tool, don't make it super huge, Okay, you want the opacity 100% to begin with, and watch this. I'm going to erase the top layer clouds to bring out the bottom layer. So you come in here, you erase, and then once you want to get a little bit more around these bushes and everything, I'd lower the opacity, say at about 25%, make the brush a wee bit smaller, and you can come around here and get close. Now another thing you can do is you can also bring out this rock. Come up here, and you can see I'm making the rock a little bit red. Also, which is nice, as you can see, I hide the top layer, the clouds erased, showing the bottom layer of clouds through. And I kind of like this darkness in the pavement right here, so I can come up here, take the paintbrush tool, get a big brush, and I can erase some of the road area down here. Just bringing out a little bit of the yellows in the road from the sun. So then to kind of tweak it all off, I can flatten the image and go back here again where the Lipop tool was and select the sponge tool and just have fun with saturating certain areas of the clouds to get some more color. I can saturate this bush a little bit and everything. So then you apply your nice beautiful crop. Not sure how you want to do the crop. Get a little clouds. And bam-a-ram, you have a beautiful photo. Hope you learned something. Remember, there's tons of different ways to do this. This is a pretty time-consuming way. I would only do this unless you really want the clouds to pop in your photo. But just the standard color correction as I did this photo should work for most photos. Hot dog on a stick now.